Hello, I hope that you are doing great. In this video we are going to cover the material in chapter 10. In particular, we are going to study how to validate forms. This is extremely useful because sometimes the users introduce the wrong credentials in their forms, and we want to create a message that inform them about that and provide them useful information to provide the right information. Okay, then let's move on. Basically, here we have the boilerplate number 1. As usual, I create a virtual environment, I install the requirements file, I also have created the database, and now basically what I would like to do is to run the application. Now I open this. Basically, this is the home page, and now imagine that I try to register. And if I try to register with a username that is already in the database, for example Bjork, and then I try to register, we are going to have this ugly message because Bjork is a user that we already have, and this is not what we want. We want to provide the user some insightful information about just providing them the message that this user is already taken. Okay, how to do that is very easy. If you go to chapter 10 and then we go here to the Flask form validators and we click here, basically Flask have a way to provide this information to the user. Basically what I would like to ask you is to copy this information here, this template, and then we are going to customize it to provide this message. Okay, then we go to the forms. I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to paste this information here. And now basically what we are going to do is to customize this for our form. Then the first thing that we have to do is we have to introduce here validator. Validation error. This is the first thing. Then from cap models we have to import user, and now here we are going to start to validate this. Instead of name, basically what we are going to customize this is for the username field. Here basically we have to type self, and instead of field basically this is going to be for the username field. And here basically we are going to make a query. We are going to make a query in which basically we go to the database, query filter by, and here basically we username equal to username data first. Basically what we are doing here is going to our database and we check if the username that we have introduced in the form is already in our database, and if that is true, if user is true, then basically what we have to do is to raise a validator error that is basically is going to be that username is taken, please choose a different one. That's all. Then we are going to do exactly the same for the email. Then we copy this, it's basically the same. We go down, we paste this information here, and then here instead of username we are going to do this for all these fields. We are going to substitute this by email, and here we are going to type email instead, and here also email. Basically what we are doing in this second function is basically doing the same. We check if the email that we have already introduced in the form is already in the database, and if that email is already in the database, we tell the user to choose a different one. We save this, we go to our form, and basically here we are going to do exactly the same. We click in Sign Up. Basically now, instead of that ugly message, we have something totally different, that is this message here. For example, here I type Björn1. Okay, I want to Björn1 here, Björn1 here. Then basically this username is introduced in the database. As usual, what we are going to do now is to check the information that we have in the database. We go here, we go to boilerplate 1, we open the user database, browse data, and this is the last user that we have introduced. Okay, and that's all. If for example now we introduce Fiel, we are going to have basically exactly the same message. If we go here and we go to the register and we type, for example, Fiel, and here Fiel 1, and we type sign, we basically now have this message, that is the field, that is the email is new but the field is already taken. Okay, I hope that you have enjoyed the video. I hope this is super useful because we can customize our message or validation message, and this could be very useful when we want to inform the user to provide the right information. Hope that you have enjoyed the video. See you in the next video.